India and the students of IPE. So the presentation is partly just I have started working in public-private partnership, and it is an extension of my PhD. This particular topic is based on my major research project sponsored by Indian Council of Social Science Research, New Delhi. And initially only I'm just saying the limitation. I have not finished my study. It is in the process of I'm just doing. And I'm really thankful to Institute of Public Enterprise for conducting this seminar, which really enhanced my knowledge about practical implementation and the problems of public-private partnership. Why I have chosen this midday meal scheme? It is because as per the survey and the claim of Government of India, midday meal is world's largest feeding scheme for the children under 6 to 14 years of age. And Janmajay, he has already highlighted that what are the problems of primary education. So it is just a formality. I just wanted to highlight that midday meal scheme, the Government of India since the beginning, like if I say officially since 1995, the government is claiming that it is world's largest feeding scheme. But what are the problems that I'm going to highlight in my next slides? Initiated in 1995, actually midday meal scheme was already there even before 1995, but Government of India nationalized the scheme in 1995. Even after when we got independence in 1947, but government was quite serious about the group of children. Only it's a critic to the Government of India, though which claim that it is for the children and for the children's education and right to food. But still, I'm not going to highlight the critical part of government's failure, but here I'll say that Government of India under the scheme, it has introduced many reformation as well as intervention for strengthening the scheme, and the target should be fulfilled. Among the intervention, I have taken two major aspects. First aspect is decentralization, how the scheme has been decentralized since from 1995 till 2014, and what are the policies. Then how the private sector has started playing important role. And of course the issue of public-private partnership, and it is a new era of discussion. Then what are the rationale behind public-private partnership in midday meal scheme, and that also I have highlighted here. But most importantly, I just want to highlight here why public-private partnership was initiated. It was based on certain research which was happened on child right to education and right to food. It was like the survey research, it highlighted that though the policy of midday meal scheme is so beautiful and well articulated, but when it comes to implementation, there are so many gaps, lacunas, and as yesterday it was highlighted, in India, public-private partnership is always in debate, because India is not only one entity, there are so many states existing, and there is high level of inequality existing in Indian states. Some states are highly developed and some states are highly underdeveloped. So in that context, many states, they took up this project of midday meal scheme with the intervention of World Bank, but many of the states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, even partly Orissa, West Bengal, all the eastern states, they hesitate to take up, showing the condition of poor infrastructure. But later it was also criticized that many of the researchers like John Race, he highlighted it is not of lack of infrastructure or resources, but it is just like the lack of political will or lack of policy implementation. Whatever. It's not that public-private partnership or private partnership was first initiated in 1995. I just wanted to highlight in this particular slide that there was private partnership in midday meal scheme even before 1995, and we find that most of the Western countries like US and the UNICEF or WHO, they were highly involved about midday meal scheme, but it was not under a scheme, they were just doing out of their philanthropic activities. But here Then these are the things in after 1995, then I'm just jumping from 1995 to 2001, where the Supreme Court of India intervened in the food security case based on the demand from a NGO, Rajasthan-based NGO that is called People's Union for Civil Liberties. They demanded that why children die in democracy. Democracy, why children die, or children are also part of democracy. Even Amartya Sen also in his different articles he highlighted, it is like we are not, India is not, here children are not dying because of shortage of food grains. Even they also claim that all the discussion about entitlement, all those issues came out. And then based on the pressure of judiciary or the Supreme Court, the government of India initiated midday meal scheme in a very different way. It suddenly thought no, distribution of rice ration will be deleted because it's leading to corruption and children are not getting benefit. So it is compulsory for all the schools to provide cooked midday meal scheme with a particular nutrition. So then initially after 2001, Government of India brought out so many changes like involvement of NGOs, Parent Teachers Association, and also based on the force or Government of India somewhere implemented the ideas and ideologies of the World Bank, like how the community participation can be improved, how the parents can be, how the target group can be well attended, then decentralization and people's participation at the school level was highlighted even by the World Bank, even by the researchers, and more emphasis was given on monitoring and delivery of services. In monitoring and evaluation and delivery of services, then I am highlighting how there is, and then I have taken a case study of Akshay Patra, which is a philanthropic organization, we can say it is an NGO working mostly based in Karnataka, that is Bangalore. It started in 2000 in Bangalore, and it started serving 1500 children. And later, Government of India decided to give the delivery of midday meal scheme, starting from preparation to procurement of food grains, everything. And then I have not dealt all the things like how Akshay Patra is distributing or delivering midday meal scheme. I'm still studying, like being a private agency, even they are also not getting proper support from the Government of India in the financial matter. They are generating revenue from the private sectors like the industries and banks. Even still they have high level of technology. They have a centralized kitchen, and the kitchen technology is all taken from Germany, and all the instruments of the kitchen they have taken from, and the members of Akshay Patra, they are highly educated and they are technologically well developed. They are all from, maximum of them, 80% of the members of Akshay Patra, they are either mechanical engineers from IIT Mumbai, IIT Kharagpur, but their intention is to how to penetrate technology for delivery of midday meal scheme. So Akshay Patra broadly has two types of kitchen. I'm just also highlighting how the governance is happening. Beyond that, I'm also seeing, like in the innovation sector, I have divided into three categories. First one is institutional innovation, like how the institutions have been evolved, how institutions have been created, how they have been decentralized. Then second one is the policy innovation, how the Government of India has done, how the public sector or the private sector have been doing. Then the technological innovation, like why the government has failed to introduce technological innovation, that government, which is a broader sector, when it has failed, but rather being a NGO, it has done very beautifully. So I have just done a comparison. Then how they are, how the Akshay Patra is giving, why it is a success, why this public-private partnership is a success. I just try to see the best model of it, why it is a success. I just try to find out what are the things. Like they regularly give training to the kitchen staff regarding. Thank you, sir. I just wanted to highlight that. Two issues I want to highlight very quickly. First thing is, like we say that we are existing in largest democracy, and I have a serious doubt in the democracy. Do children don't belong to democracy? Whether democracy doesn't belong to the children, or if children are part of such a big democratic or large democracy, then why the state is always, or why the government is always silent about their rights? Second issue is that, like here we have been talking that in the democracy we have a greater role of the institution, and since 1995 in the case of midday meal scheme we have been seeing it is a judiciary which is the right protecting agency which is making law after 2001 for the children. The policymaker has failed, and it is the judiciary or the Supreme Court which has been pressurizing the policymakers to take up issues or protect the interest of the children. So I have not come to any findings because I am still under the study. I am just trying to find out what are the causes, because somewhere, and third issue is that why we should trust a public sector agency, or sorry, private sector agency, because private sector always meant for profit making. They have a hidden agenda, and I don't know how our children are safe under the implementation of private sectors, and why Akshay Patra is doing, what is the intention, whether it is philanthropic or they are getting some extraction from the public. That also I am innovating, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The kind of questions you are having in mind and trying to explore, I think that is a larger canvas, but nevertheless you put somewhere credible NGO. So credibility is the issue, otherwise there may be NGOs which are for philanthropic interest. I now call Dr. Jyoti Kumar and Ms. Anila Varghese for skill development and skill empowerment, examining the role of PPP, and following which I will request Ms. Ann Uma for PPP in secondary education. So, thank you.
A very warm good morning to all the judges and ladies and gentlemen. Myself, I'm Anila Varghese. I'm from Christ College. I'm a research associate for Jyoti ma'am. Actually, Jyoti ma'am was supposed to present today, but unfortunately, because of a personal mishap, she couldn't make it. So I have tried my level best to come up with a brief outline of the presentation. As you can see, my presentation is on a skill development for skill empowerment and the role of public-private partnerships on the same. In this era of collaborations and interactions between industry and higher education, education has become the passport to opportunity and prosperity. It has enabled individuals, whether in developing or developed countries, to become academics, entrepreneurs, and business and government leaders. To begin with, we can proudly say that our Indian education system is one of the largest in the world, with over 600 universities and 33,000 institutes. But our education system seems to have continued the same way as it did decades back, while in the meantime, the economic development has happened at a great speed that educational institutions find themselves in a difficult position today to supply the skilled workforce to the market. Skills like teamwork, communication, and organizing skills are considered as general skills to be acquired by students irrespective of the choice of course or combinations enrolled for. Then there are the specific skills that are required by the individuals, that is, to sustain a career and to be of use to self and to the society. And now we are trying in our research to integrate all these three components to deliver the desired workforce results. And this is the current structural framework of the education and skills development. The education, including all aspects of higher education and college education, falls under the Ministry of Human Resource Development. The university and higher education is responsible for all college education, while engineering, education, polytechnics, etc. fall under the category of technical education. The UGC provides funds in the form of grants and also coordinates, as well as sets standards for teaching, examination, and research in universities. The All India Technical Institute, Technical Education is a regulatory body for technical education in India. A large part of the current vocational training infrastructure, the government ITIs and private ITCs fall under the Ministry of Labour and Employment. The National Council on Vocational Training, NCVT, plays a key role in the formation of training curriculum, policies, standards, as well as certification by means of the trade test. The National Skills Development Corporation, NSDC, has been set up under PPP mode as a Section 25 company under the Ministry of Finance to provide viability gap funding and coordinate private sector initiatives. A few of the sectors highlighted here are expected to drive the growth of the economy as well as play a significant role in employment. But as you can see, there would be a crisis or an excess of 150 million by 2022. So that brings me to another point, that we need to work smarter if we want to accelerate our efforts to adequately skill the youth. India is expected to be the home to a skilled workforce of 500 million by 2022. Working with the private sector no longer seems an issue that is open to discussion. It has become a part of the acquis of development cooperation. Following a PPP model, especially when it comes to higher education, can bring multiple benefits. The challenges that institutes face have a direct impact on corporations and the future of their business. Sustainability for the private sector depends on the innovation and expertise of their employees. Hence, their priority will always be recruitment and retention of top talent. The key challenge to expanding the